Welcome to the PowerCat Podcast, GoPowerCat.com's Kansas State Athletics Show. Make sure you're subscribing to our show at Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts. Now, from the GPC studios, here's your host, GoPowerCat publisher, Tim Fitzgerald.
Welcome to the overtime. Well, I think so. We don't know when we're going to put this into the system. We're just going to record an overtime and say it's the last overtime of the year before football starts and use it when we need it because realignment, as we record this, is at a frenzied pace. So we're going to stay with that and not interrupt. Well, actually, what I'm saying is we're not going to let you have any fun until we get realignment settled down. No fun for you. No fun for you.
Until a bye week, maybe.
No, this overtime's not lasting that long.
Oh, wow.
No way.
Oh, wow.
We'll stick it in there. I'll probably want to go on vacation again one more time.
No fun zone.
We'll
Can we go somewhere?
I don't think we can at this point. Yeah, they're deciding everyone wants masks again, and I'm like, I appreciate what you're doing for safety. I get it. I don't want to.
Maybe we'll be on lockdown when this comes out.
I'm on Resorts World TikTok, and I want to go. And you're a Hilton guy, so hey.
It is Hilton.
That thing looks fun.
It does.
It's very nice.
Mm-hmm. We're sponsored by The Fridge. Make sure you stop in to The Fridge whenever you're in Manhattan. It is the Resorts World of MHK.
Say what?
It's new and unfinished?
I don't know. Don't disrupt that. Now, here's your questions from Wabash Station and Cole Carmody.
First question of the overtime comes from I Like Pickles Cat.
Pickles.
What Olympic sport would you look the stupidest doing? Not necessarily be the least competitive, but not have a clear grasp on what you're even supposed to do.
Gymnastics. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
I mean, I could, try to vault, and the vault would break. I'd fall off everything. I would fall off the mat on a floor routine. So it just wouldn't be good at all. Swimming wouldn't be pretty.
I'd look the stupidest doing, synchronized swimming.
Synchronized diving.
Synchronized diving. Anything acrobatic, we're not going to look good. It's just a simple fact.
Do they have handball still in the Olympics?
I think they do.
I think so. I don't know. It doesn't help that the Olympics is in a time zone that is overnight. I enjoy the Olympics. I enjoy watching the Olympics live. That's why I enjoy golf, because golf is a morning sport. And when they tee off at 7:30 in the morning, local time, that's 5:30 in Manhattan, Kansas. I watched golf from 5:30 until the weather delay at 1 in the morning, and everybody was almost done. It's amazing. You can watch golf in prime time live.
I'm not watching these Olympics, and there's no political or I'm just not engaged in it.
Not much interest. It doesn't feel like it's that interesting.
It doesn't
Especially
help
with COVID.
It doesn't help.
No fans.
Yeah.
That Michael Phelps is retired now. There's not really a lot of other.
The men's Olympic team for basketball sucks.
There's not a lot of good showcase Olympians. You have Simone Biles, but obviously she pulled out.
That's what she said.
There's no headliner guy. Even when you look at golf, obviously I'm a golf guy. I'm following golf. There's no Tiger. I'd love to see Tiger. He's way too old to probably be competing at the Olympics. But you think about, the guys they sent. Patrick Reed went, man.
Second question comes from Dr. J54. What sport would you add to the Olympics? What sport would you drop?
I don't even know what's in the Olympics. I'm seeing sports I don't even understand. They're playing 3-on-3 basketball. They're just making stuff up. Why not put in cornhole?
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball would be great. That'd be more legitimate than some of these sports. I don't get the synchronized thing. Diving's great.
Drop 3-on-3 basketball and add dodgeball. That's my answer.
Why do you need synchronized diving? Who does that?
I think that's fine.
No.
There's disciplines that are legitimate competitions, and then you have things like squash or badminton. That's like
I'd rather have badminton than diving in a pool. Okay, if you're not scoring a goal or weighing in the most or getting the most points needed.
weighing in the most.
If you're, whatever, I don't know.
He's on a roll.
I don't know. I don't know wrestling. I don't care about it. But
You get points in wrestling.
if you're judged by a
panel.
So you think that if anything is subjective,
Yep.
you don't want it. You want
Yep.
things that are timed, things that are there's a clear winner by a clear act or decision or number of points you scored.
Yep.
Okay. Fair enough.
We're going to hold a race. Whoever crosses the finish line first wins the race, not the person who runs the best.
or looks the best,
Right.
was more synchronized in his steps.
The synchronized thing just bothers me. It really does. Look, because you stop and think about it. Things like shooting, triathlon, running, even swimming, those all things involved survival at one point, or at least gymnastics was art. And then you've got your team sports that have grown into cultural phenomena around the world. At what point did someone say, you know what we need, by God? We need 2 divers at once. That'll make it better. Synchronize those 2 guys up there in their little tiny Speedos, and I will watch that every day. Nobody said that. Who came up with this?
Somebody did say that,
No, probably not in that voice.
Well, they could have.
but it makes it more entertaining.
Zach, since you watched the Olympics, do you know what the Russian, like the ROC?
Yeah.
What
So
the heck is that?
So
You know what
Russia.
that is, Fitz or Cole?
Yeah, I
Russia,
know.
It's the
Russia
Russian
for the
Olympic
last
Committee.
it's the Russian Olympic Committee, and that's how they have to compete. But basically, over the last 5 or so years, there's been really bad doping in Russia, and they've essentially been banned from international competition. And it's even beyond the Olympics, somewhat. But you're not allowed to compete under the Russian flag. So they're allowed to compete under the Russian Olympic Committee, which I think it's silly, but at the very least, the athletes that were doping, they're suspended. They're not allowed. Everyone who's competing is clean and has been clean or hasn't been caught at the very least. But Russia was so corrupt, I guess, and clearly doping that they just said, no, you guys can't compete. So
They got caught cheating.
Got cheating.
Banned, changed their name, and now they're good.
Basically, but it's not. It's
Like
it's
all
still
their team
different
doctors
entities.
are out. All the people
Yeah.
that were involved in the cheating are out. Yeah, basically, it's like a conference. You don't want to have anyone in your pool who's cheating.
They're like Notre Dame, I guess. They're independent, but they're closely tied to another country conference.
Good comparison.
I don't know. They're really not. It's really a bad one, but okay.
Instead of having their names in NCAA football 14, it's quarterback number 12.
Yeah, that's probably a better one. Russia's unlicensed
Yeah.
in the Olympics this year.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. They had to go under a different flag, a different name.
Pickles wants to know 3-round draft for SNL cast members. Draft youngest to oldest. And put it up for a vote to see who has the best cast.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm assuming I get to go first then?
Are you the youngest?
I am.
Okay.
March 11, 99.
Okay, go.
No, wait. Are you older than me?
Wait.
You're born in 99, right?
Yeah.
May?
Yeah.
So I'm the youngest.
Oh, crap.
Wait, when were you born?
May
March
7th.
99.
I'm May 7th, 99. So you are youngest.
Wait, no. You were born. Who was born in March and who was born in May?
I was March.
Who was born in May?
Me.
Cole is the youngest, you idiots.
Unbelievable. When your powers combine, you are somehow even more stupid than the sum of your stupids.
Thank you.
Go on.
Yeah, you were already on the planet before. he
Oh,
was
yeah,
born.
yeah. Okay.
Oh my
Dang it.
gosh.
This is your fault. You convinced me into it. Okay, well, number 1 for me, Chris Farley.
Wow.
Wow, that's bold.
That's I didn't think you'd go there. I wasn't going to go there, but interesting pick for you. Okay.
Kenan Thompson.
Oh my,
That's a good one.
okay.
It's a horrible one.
Get out of here.
I mean, okay. I mean, I don't know if it's a good. It's a safe.
We'll see what
it's
the
safe.
poll does
It's
on the
fine.
message board.
It's
We'll see
fine.
who wins.
I am going to go with Bill Hader.
That's a solid choice.
Yeah. You got to think about the versatility here. Oh, I'm gonna. I didn't add it into the question, but I'm gonna add a bonus. Final round will be weekend update anchor.
Okay.
So you can have one anchor, not a pairing. Just one anchor. Since they've kind of bridged places, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the anchors have overlapped with other anchors. So just take one anchor.
I'm old. I'm going with John Belushi.
And I'm young, and I'm going to take Chevy Chase.
Interesting.
Wasn't Jason Sudeikis on SNL?
Yep, he
Was
was.
he?
There we go.
Yep.
That's my number 2
And
pick.
that was going to be mine. I'm going to go with Kristen Wiig. We're going to keep with the era
That's a really
of
good.
that.
In my mind, absolutely the best female performer ever. Not even close.
She got annoying.
amazing.
She got annoying at the end because all of her characters were kind of the same. But and a current cast member that's like that now is Kate McKinnon. Kate McKinnon is the Kristen Wiig, and basically, I kind of wish she'd move on a little bit. She's just been around she's probably been around as long as Kristen Wiig has, and her characters are kind of just meshing together.
Okay, so I'm up. I'm going to go with Eddie Murphy.
Great pick. Great pick.
So I got Belushi and Murphy on my team.
Man,
So now it's
this is getting tough because
No, we're
now
going to pick a third round and then the host.
right,
Yeah.
right. This is getting just some commentary here. This is getting tough because if we're going to have people vote on this, you kind of have to mix your eras up a little bit too. Because I always make the argument: the first time you watch SNL, that is going to be the best that you think it ever is. So if you watched SNL today with the current cast, you'd probably think that was the best. But I would disagree because I didn't, and I've seen it change. Anyway,
Okay, well-
or
I'm up. Yeah.
Cole.
You talk about versatility. Well, you got to have a singer. So I'm going to take Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler and Chris Farley, the duo. And then you have the old guy in Chevy Chase. I think my team's pretty strong.
I have a question, Zach.
Yeah.
Can my third pick also be my weekend update?
See, I was just thinking about that when I took Kristen Wiig because I was going to go with Amy Poehler, but I left her off because she was a Weekend Update anchor.
Also, we did this draft wrong. We should have done a snake draft.
We should have done a snake draft.
I don't care. I'm winning. I'm last. Go ahead.
Well, wait. So can I do that or not, Zach?
Cole says no. Let's avoid it. That way you can pick.
Was Paul Rudd on SNL?
No,
Never.
he might have.
Hosted, I
He
don't-
might have auditioned, but no, he was not a recurring cast member. No, or
Will Ferrell.
featured.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
I feel like that was really basic, but thank you.
No, it's good choice.
He's good. Yeah. Classic.
Man, I'm looking at this list and I've just gotta pick one, man. Okay, I've got mine. Andy Samberg.
Yeah.
Damn it.
The digital shorts are just too good and too much of a staple for an era of SNL. So Andy Samberg is my third pick.
It's my in a box.
You should have said it, and then
That's exactly where I was going. You want me to break up my generations? I was going with Andy Samberg. So who do I got right now? I got I can't remember who I picked. Eddie Murphy.
We're gonna have to go back to the audio tape.
My God. Now, who's my first pick? John Belushi and Eddie Murphy. Dang, there's so many great ones. And I was going to pick Sandberg, but I'm going to go with who I want. Bill Murray.
I knew you were going to pick Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. So I went with all old guys, but that's what I'm doing.
Before
I like how I stuck to one era.
I did. I wasn't
so did
going
I.
to, but you interrupted my plan.
I wasn't going to either. But
Before we pick Weekend Update, can we all agree that "You'll Be Living in a Van Down by the River" is the greatest SNL sketch of all time?
I won't agree with that, but it's awesome.
it's a good one. I will not Yeah, I won't call it the best, but it's a good one.
Okay. My weekend update, I'm going to pick Michael Che. Because the jokes he plays on Colin Yost, when they have
Yost?
or Colin Jost, Ned Yost, Colin Jost.
Is that the current
You're calling him Yost like when Keena Thompson as Big Papi comes on. Colin Yost.
Yeah, when they play their jokes against each other.
Yeah,
that is the greatest.
Oh, it's unbelievably fun.
I almost feel like you have to take a pairing. We avoided everybody. You can take Colin Jost too.
Okay, I'll take
because I feel like splitting those two up. They only
not
work
the same,
together.
yeah.
Okay, perfect.
That's okay.
Seth Meyers and Amy Poehler.
Okay, I was gonna take Seth Meyers solo, but
Am I allowed to take two?
no, that's fine. That's fine. No, like you took Seth Meyers. That's fine. You
I
took
just want
him.
to follow the rules, make sure I'm not cheating in this.
I mean, I guess if we're gonna take pairings or any era, I guess you should be able to take anybody because Colin Jost was on with Cecily Strong for when Seth Meyers left, he was on with Cecily Strong. So I'll take Colin Jost, Cecily Strong to avoid taking Seth Meyers and Amy Poehler. I don't like the decision, but it's okay.
Now, if I'm sticking with my era, I picked Dan Aykroyd and Gilda Radner. Or, no, excuse me, Jane Curtin. Excuse me. Dan Aykroyd and Jane Curtin. Jane, you ignorant slut.
Yes.
But I'm going to go with Dennis Miller, who is one of my favorite all-time comedians, and he was brilliant on Saturday Night Live. Brilliant anchoring that all by himself. He didn't need a sidekick. He was that good.
Colin Jost and Michael Che, though, hands down, it's the best Weekend Update pairing in the history of SNL.
When they
not
write
be-
each other's jokes,
Oh, my God.
it is so funny because he puts him in the worst positions.
What's funny is Jost has started to fight back really well now.
Yeah, he has.
It's,
my God.
It's great.
Okay, let's move on. That was
We'll put
fun.
that up as a poll.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever this podcast goes live, we'll have to write these down.
Pickles is on a roll here. He says, "Which three people would you want to go to space with? Keeping in mind you could all die some tragic death."
Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and what's the Virgin guys? Richard Branson. And I would cancel at the last minute, but leave my bag on board that might have an explosive device in it. Oh, God, the FBI is going to call me now. It's a joke, FBI!
I'd like to go to space with who's the guy that's in Bruce Weber. That's who I want to go to space with. I feel like Bruce would be fun.
Who's the guy in? Bruce Weber. You just changed train tracks, but you didn't change the tracks. You changed like lines.
Bruce
and
was
skipped
always
over
going to be
tracks.
the answer. Could you imagine going up to space with Bruce? I could just see him and his hair floating around when you go zero gravity, his long hair now. I feel like he would be the perfect person to travel to space with.
We got to ask him in a press conference now if he'd go to space. I feel like the answer would be incredible.
That would be a great answer.
Some might say he's already there.
What about Bill Snyder? I think I would want to go to space with him too.
No, there's when the rocket would never make it to space because it'd be loaded down with coffee.
That's D. Scott.
No, that's Coach. It's Coach.
I'm picking Melinda Gates. Is it Mackenzie Bezos, Jeff's ex-wife? I think it's Mackenzie. Anyway, the divorced wives of billionaire tech entrepreneurs is who I'm taking to space with me. I don't even know who a third one is. You can take Elon Musk's wife or whatever his partner is. Take her.
Is the Virgin guy divorced?
I don't know if he has a partner, to be honest.
Should be divorced if he's still a virgin.
I was waiting for that.
I'm going to pick for scientific research only, and I feel like I need to clarify that this is just pretend, and this is never going to happen. But this grouping of four inside the capsule will be Fitz, Pink, Holly Berry, and Jennifer Aniston.
Okay.
Those poor women. There's a fat man who can't hold his bladder in a confined space with us.
Space diapers would be so perfect for you,
My
Fitz.
God, that could be the name of my band.
Space diapers.
Yes.
It'd be just like normal for you, but more absorbent.
Which current or former GPC staff member would have the best chance of winning The Bachelorette?
Oh, Shane Howard, no doubt.
And this is from AWinT25.
A went? A went? No, there's no need to pop your mic. No need to pop the mic. You screwed up A went's
We're
name.
leaving that in. Folks, we pop the mic when we want to cut something out, even though that doesn't work as well anymore since the processor kind of evens it out. But anyhow, we're leaving that in. So that was him popping the mic. Shane Howard wins because he looks like freaking Ryan Gosling. He's a video editor from Los Angeles. In his off time, he likes to play with his standard poodle dog girl named Charlotte. I mean, it's just...
Does he have a standard poodle named Charlotte?
Uh-huh. She's so
Incredible
cute.
backstory.
What about current?
Cole? Okay, why'd you have to say? I was gonna go with you, but you asking, like, that's like going to the soup line. May I have some more, please? May I please?
Who's
Like,
the
look at me.
coolest fat older guy on the staff?
I was gonna say
Zach.
I was gonna say Goins had the best chance to win.
No, Cole, it's you. Okay, but also a better show for you that I just saw an ad for. It's called F-Boy Island. That's where you're going, Cole. You would win F-Boy Island, I think.
Past or present, from everyone that I know, Wally gets my vote.
Wally would be a good one, too.
Yep.
I think Wally would have a legitimate chance to win. Like you've said, Shane looks good.
D. Scott, if it's an older grouping, D. Scott's a good-looking guy. Matt Hall, when he's all ripped up, that'd be kind of tantalizing.
I like we're not saying Riley.
Oh, no, Riley wouldn't have a chance. No.
Riley's listening right now.
No,
Would he watch his own show if he was on it, or is he boycotted it, Zach?
No, he would watch every single episode if he was on it because he listened to every single episode of the podcast he was on. Do you guys re-listen to the podcast?
No, very rarely.
Yeah, very rarely for me.
I feel like Cole is lying.
One
of you two is lying.
I like the overtimes because I like to see what Fitz
Rarely
edits in.
do, unless Fitz adds in like a Rick Ross grunt and I want to hear it. That's about it.
Yeah, it's weird to listen to your own podcast. Yeah. Becky wanted to listen to the Mark Mangino edition of Life of Fitz, and that's good because that's almost like sound checking, like going through and figuring out what you do wrong. And I did pick up a few things, but it's just still weird. You're like, oh, that host kind of is weird. I don't know. It won't be me. Let's just put it that way. It won't be me.
If there's a plus size, you could win.
I could. The Fatchler. That's your
favorite.
That's what
your
I've
favorite
wanted.
thing.
That's what I've wanted for years. I wanted all these hot chicks to roll up thinking they're getting some young prime guy, and there's some guy that's a little portly out there.
Portly.
That's a good word for fat.
New to my vocabulary.
Yeah, portly. That's a clothing thing. You don't say, "Oh, you're a portly fellow."
Or husky.
Husky. Yeah.
Husky's another
big bone.
And they roll up, and there he is. He's weighing like 3 bills, maybe 6'1". He's still in a tux, but the cummerbund's covering up the overlap.
The underbun.
The underbun. Yeah.
Bun.
So the Fatchler. It's my dream. It's my dream.
Pickles axed.
Yeah, that's good.
You are a burglar, and you steal things that mildly inconvenience your victims.
Did
what
we
are you
answer
taking?
this?
We did answer this last week. I forgot what my answer was from last week.
Toilet paper.
Oh, that's right. Toilet paper.
I'm not answering this. I've already been on the record with this.
But we didn't air that podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It was like toilet paper.
And Cole's here now, too.
Yeah, Cole's here. Yeah.
That's
Take
the
all the
first
toilet
time I
paper.
remember taping in overtime and literally saying, "Oh, this sucks. We can't." The week before wasn't good, and I still put it up. This one, and it was all the Big 12 stuff. I'm like, I don't want to spend any time working on this when I got more important stuff. Mildly annoying, probably their liquor. Like they'd go to the cabin and go, "I thought I had a full bottle of vodka."
A razor.
Why is the rum gone?
Yeah.
I would say all their razors.
MP3?
All of their razors. That's my answer.
That's nice. That's good.
I
Gills?
forget what the hell I even said.
That's good. That's
They must have stole your memory medication.
okay. We'll let you off the hook.
Good.
Pickles wants to know again. You get to pick the 5 best athletes that have ever worked at GPC, and you play the Phoenix Suns. Assuming the Suns would play their hardest and NBA rules would be enforced, how long would it take your team to control the basketball?
Not long after they score their first bucket.
Yeah.
They tip off. They go down. They score. They score 2 or 3.
Or one. Giannis
If there's a foul, then Gills and Shane Howard are gonna inbound the basketball while we find 3 other dudes just to put out there.
I can set screens.
No,
Fine.
whoa.
Yeah, fine. Put Cole out there. I don't know.
I feel confident that back in the day I was the best basketball player in the group, but that was like
You were also 6'4" at the time.
right, and I'm shrinking. Zach comes up to me the other day and goes, "Are you getting shorter?" I'm like, "Yes." Apparently, prostate cancer makes you shrink in other ways than what you might think. Yeah, I could stroke the 3 back then. That's the Salinas City League record for hitting 8 out of 9 in a City League game.
You can't stroke it anymore.
Yeah, I'd stroke it. Stroke it all day. We can't stroke it anymore. Damn,
I'm
that
confident.
was a good joke, Cole. God,
I'm all K-State media first team selection if there's
like
a
it.
basketball team.
I like it.
Who is the all first team media selection?
Cole goes to Gills goes to the rec to play basketball like I go to Colbert to play golf.
Yeah,
I don't want
It's
to get
all
into
the time.
I don't want to get into disparaging anyone's athletic talents on this podcast. I will not pick an all media, mostly because I think as a group we would suck.
See,
I can carry the team.
I'm not a bad basketball player. I'm just slow. I can shoot.
Yeah,
I beat you in a 3-point contest.
that was the worst moment of my life.
I beat him in horse all the time.
We'll change that this year.
Okay.
I've been practicing.
Well, good deal.
Anyway,
We-
to control the basketball, it would take all of 15 seconds of a 4-quarter NBA game. But to score a basket,
Couple minutes.
it wouldn't
No
take
way.
that long.
Take a
It's an
couple
NBA.
seconds.
It's the NBA. If we're going to talk about the NBA trying as hard as possible, like let's be realistic, their ceiling for trying as hard as possible is their 60 or 70% in the regular season.
Here's the
they
deal.
could try harder, but for NBA trying as hard as possible, your revs are limited
If
at a
they-
certain point.
If they ever full court pressed, we would never get the ball in bounds, yet alone get it across the timeline to have a chance to score.
You kidding me? You get 6 timeouts. Advance the ball.
Okay, fair
Come
enough.
on.
I still don't know if I could get the ball in
Try
bounds.
to get open, yeah.
Okay,
that would be
so
tough.
back in the old days when we were in Aggieville, we had that long shotgun office, the old movie theater. Shane Howard would start at the front, get a running start, and hurdle random things in the back. And kept stacking things higher and higher, and not like diving like a high jumper, hurdling 6 feet things. It was awesome to watch. It was like, how are you doing that? That's what you get when you're all skin and bones. Nothing to him.
Okay, so I'm gonna edit this question. You get to pick the 5 best athletes that ever worked at GPC, and you play the Kansas City Chiefs. Assuming the Chiefs play their hardest and NFL rules were enforced, how long would it take for a quarterback and receiver connection to happen?
Never.
We'd all be injured on the first play. What do you? What?
What? 5? We don't. I don't think we
Okay,
have
2.
11 guys.
2. How about this? How about you have to pick a quarterback and a receiver?
So who's
And-
my offensive line, the regular
Yep.
Chiefs offensive
Yep.
line?
So what? Oh, okay. So we have. Who are our teammates? We have
Yep.
the rest of the defensive line.
No.
Or as offensive line. The whole offense.
You
still
take out
0.
Mahomes, you take out Tyreek Hill, and
Still
you put
0.
in
me at quarterback and somebody else at wide receiver.
sure. Who are you putting in at quarterback, and who are you putting in at receiver?
I'm more worried at wide receiver than I am about quarterback. I don't know who's fast. Do put Wally? He's small.
Oh, Shane Howard would be good. Receiver.
Oh, you're probably right. If Shane Howard's jumping and running and hurtling over things, probably
we're
Shane.
kind of sleeping on Rob Cassidy here.
What position did Riley play in high school?
He was an offensive lineman.
I'm not laughing.
All State as an 8-man player. I think he was Shrine Bowl. Wasn't he? No, he wasn't Shrine Bowl.
No
What was he?
way.
He was something. He
was-
was actually
it
an
was-
accomplished 8-man offensive lineman,
That's
or in his case, 7.5 men.
BS.
I don't know. Let's go on.
Well, hey, no. The Broncos. The answer is 0. The Broncos quarterback, when they had the COVID situation, he was a wide receiver for the Broncos, but he played QB in college, and he had like 2 completions, and they didn't score anything.
But he didn't throw the ball.
yeah, and he had Jerry Jeudy and a bunch of NFL wide receivers on his team. You think Cole Carmody can catch a pass from you? No. Not going to happen. 0.
Okay.
I like my chances at quarterback against anybody.
Okay.
Oh boy, that was. I might want to walk that one back. When I was playing youth football, I was always disappointed that I never really got a shot on offense. I sucked. Let's be real. I couldn't run very fast. That's why I thought I'd be a decent quarterback. Go back in the pocket, pass. But youth football, you're running the ball because that's what happens. And we were a good team, but I had to play cornerback and safety, and I'd get a couple interceptions a season. That was about it.
Okay, well, the last question of the podcast might be the most interesting overtime question we've ever gotten.
It's not, but you can think that, Cole.
How about of the summer?
Newbie?
Okay.
Whatever. Okay.
Would you rather kill a chicken every time you need to start your car, or fight an orangutan to the death once a year so you can drive whenever you want, but you get a sword? First of all, let me just say...
Oh, you get a sword to fight the orangutan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm into that.
I hope that D'Artagnan is not listening to this podcast.
Why?
Well, that goes
Animal
against
cruelty.
vegan...
Yeah.
The chickens here have wonderful lives before we harvest them so you can eat them.
So he'd probably want to kill less animals and do the orangutan once a year, right?
True. Yeah. That's what he would do.
See,
Are orangutans endangered? Is it illegal for me to kill this orangutan? Because we need an answer there. Anyway, I'm taking the orangutan.
I'm killing the
with
chicken.
the sword.
Every day you're going to kill a chicken.
Good.
It's not every day. It's every time you need to start your
Do
car.
I live in like New York, or am I in a suburb where I need my car?
You are living in Manhattan, Kansas.
Okay.
Current status.
you got to take the chicken.
Nah.
Because here's where I'm at. If you live on a farm, you know how many times you go out and check on chickens? A lot. I've never lived on a farm, but I know that when people go and they are out on the farm and they take care of their chickens, they take care of their chickens just about as much as they get in the car.
Would you?
When you say take care of chickens, are you talking about physically taking care of them, or are you talking about taking care of them?
Come here.
Physically taking care of them.
Glucky, come over here. I'm going to break your neck.
I feel like
Would
killing
you
a
be
chicken
the
is not
chicken
hard.
checker at the farm? Is that chicken checker a technical term for farming?
Probably.
Chicken checker?
I would not be a chicken checker.
Look, let's be honest here. If we had to kill a chicken every time I started the car, now that I work from home, that'd be like twice a week I'd have to kill a chicken. It's just sad.
Well, I know one chicken you would want to kill.
What chicken's that?
The rooster in your backyard?
Valid. Because it's not in our backyard, it's around the corner, but like close to our backyard, so the rooster's always roostering. And I'd need to kill it because I'd have to drive to go there because I don't want to walk that far.
See, think about it this way. If you have to kill a chicken every time you have to start your car, not just once a day, every time, you have to supply chickens. If I'm going to the fridge, wholesale liquor, to get some alcohol, and I turn my car off, I have to have a living chicken with me on the drive to the fridge so I can get back home. You have to carry chickens everywhere with you to start your car. So either you're killing the chickens all the time, or you're leaving your car on. Those are your two options if you take the chicken. That's why the orangutan is the right answer.
Well,
And you get a
I'm
sword.
changing my answer. You're right, Zach.
I think that I will be on a podcast in the near future about great innovations that have changed the way Americans live and drink. When they will ask me, how did you come up with this idea for chicken-infused vodka? Well, let me tell you a story about my podcast. I ended up with a bunch of dead chickens, and I didn't know what to do with them other than fry them. I got tired of frying the chickens, so I decided to cook them and infuse them into vodka.
I want to know how you would infuse chickens to vodka, and maybe that's for the season debut of the next year's overtime.
Very, very carefully. It's hard to get the chickens into the bottle.
Okay.
That's it for the Power Cat Overtime Podcast. Hope you had fun. This was actually okay. I'm proud of the guys.
Thank you for listening to the Power Cat Podcast. Make sure you're subscribing to our show at Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts. PowerCat Podcast. All rights reserved. GoPowerCat.com.